Hi, I'm May Tramada from The Upcoming. It's lovely to speak with you today. Can you just give us a brief introduction into the film and what people can expect when they go and see it?
Yeah, absolutely. Havoc is an extraordinary thrill ride of an action movie that also has incredibly, I think, moving character arcs and drama. And I think that with an action director like Gareth Evans at the helm, you're going to be blown away, and it's going to be, quite an experience. So buckle up.
And can you tell us about anything about your character?
Yeah, my character is involved in, I would say, quite a pivotal reveal about Walker's journey and the past that he is reckoning with and, yeah, trying to put to bed in a way. So yeah, that's all I'll say for now.
Yes. And we see a lot of really action and a lot of the women really get down and dirty with the boys in this film, but you're kind of more like the emotional core. Why is it important for this film to show that side as well as all of the action for women?
Yeah, well, I think it adds to the stakes. I think if we don't care about the characters and we don't know the reason why, then you can have all the most beautiful action choreography out there, and it you can be impressed by it, but it doesn't necessarily hit home. And I think that the way the script is written, it adds to that emotional weight, and so we do care. Yeah, and it's separate to that. I think it's extremely empowering to see the role that women play in this, and just the absolute strength, and that's not gendered in this film, and that's very extraordinary.
Also, I want to talk about this theme of the choices that you make, defining who you are as a person. How do you think that applies to your character in any way?
Wow, that's a fantastic question, because I think each moment in our lives, especially ones where everything is so heightened, we're on a precipice and we could go either way, and those decisions have huge ripples. And I think that the way Angela is confronted by her husband's dark history, it's what she chooses to do with that information and how she interacts with Walker that it does shape her journey for sure. So yeah.
And what was it like filming in Wales? The aesthetic of it is really fantastic in this film. What do you think that added, the location of Wales into the film?
I mean, for me, I didn't know Wales very well, so it was really special to be able to go and get to experience it a little bit. But it was also uncanny valley, because they did such a great job of creating a sense of America, and I'm from America, so that's always very trippy to be in this beautiful Welsh place and feel like, okay, the States. Yeah, so no, it's a real privilege, and hopefully more again.
What can people take away from this film when they go ahead and see it? What do you hope people will take away?
I think it's very intricate, and every shot, every action beat, every drama scene has been so finely tuned. There's just so much that's gone into it. So I personally think it's one of those films that you could really enjoy watching again and again and get more, upon each viewing. So yeah, that's my advice. Watch it a few times. Well, it was a huge privilege, because I do have a role more drama side of it, but I also got to see the way the action is built with this team. And I think seeing, for example, when action's shot, with Gareth, he will previs everything and have this, jigsaw puzzle, this map of what he wants. And so, I'm not going to give anything away, but the action sequence that my character's involved in, we would shoot a bit, and then the team, led by Jude Boyer, his stunt coordinator, they'd shoot something, and then they'd match it up to the previs, and if it wasn't quite right, they would go again. And I think I've never seen that attention to detail and that precision, so that was just massively eye-opening. So yeah, she is involved in kind of a reveal about Walker's dark history, and she, along with the audience, is asking these probing questions about what is the secret that's been hidden. And she thought she was living a life that she understood, but there seems to be all these dark layers that her husband has been hiding, and it's quite it's very disturbing, and it's ultimately life-changing.